Good morning, everyone. So yesterday's performance was poor, and I was thinking about why, and I was a little bit tired, but I think I also have been too concentrated on this flip. So this morning I decided to sit down with a dish rag in the pan and just start fiddling with it. So I think before I was going too much of like this sort of action, like pushing forward, and of course then the egg wants to slosh over. So instead I think I just want to do just a plain old, just tap the pan like that, and this even is making the dish rag rise up a little bit. So I think I get it to that stage and then just kind of almost pull it back rather than slosh it forward. So I'm just really going to try not to spill any egg out of the pan today. That's a real goal of mine. So I'm just going to start getting this pan hot right now, since heat seems to be crucial. And I've also decided, I don't actually anticipate it making any real change to how this is produced, but I'm going to go ahead and just frap my eggs in a food processor. Being that I have a food processor, I feel like I might as well just live big. And I may attempt not to be quite as talkative while I'm creating the eggs, because I love the interaction, but I also don't want to be the agent of my own failure. What's that balancing act? And of course, maybe further along in this process, I will get a strainer. And I thought about just straining it through the drain trap, but I thought maybe that was a little bit gross. Alright, give it a nice pulse. Sorry if that was an apocalypse on your ears. Okay, egg mixture, looking good. Well, it is more homogeneous now, so I'm going to try to set this up here without turning off the video. Great, it appears to have succeeded. I also had the food processor out because yesterday I made a ton of pesto. So kind of exciting for me this morning is that even if this omelet is a total failure, even if it spills all over the stove, I can still scrape it off, put it on a plate, and cover it in pesto, and it's going to taste amazing. Oh, another thing that I'm going to make an attempt to do is I've been just swirling it around, and then once I'm ready to flip, I just ease the egg towards one side of the pan. I noticed he scrapes all the way around the edges, and especially this edge I think is going to be pretty crucial, because that way it'll be able to slide up and it won't like tumble over itself. So yeah, I really am giving this some thought, guys. It's something I'm going to try to accomplish. Get a plate ready. This is on as high as it can go, yep. Okay, let's give it an attempt. Okay, so we've loosened the egg from the pan all the way along that side. And I want to make sure I keep it over the heat for this whole thing. I want to make sure that's how it keeps on cooking. Okay. I was a little bit not quite gentle with it enough. Okay, and then we'll turn it out onto the plate. So I noticed another thing we want to do here is try to keep the omelet seam side up as I turn it out, so that way when you invert it, it'll be a nice surface. So just a couple things right away. It's definitely got some browning there. So either the heat was too high, which I suppose is possible, or I just didn't make the omelet fast enough, which is more likely. And let's see if it's actually liquid inside. I think it's probably going to be cooked through. That's okay. So I think being a little bit more patient with it worked pretty well. Trying to just knock it up the sides of the pan was definitely a good move. I also had my favorite chopsticks, which are these black ones instead of the green ones, which might have made a big difference. So yeah, I think that went pretty well. Excited for tomorrow.